You're now listening to No Gimmicks.
No Gimmicks podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, and you know it's the truth. Every after show, moving down, this the time we move around. No Gimmicks podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring, this is the time for no gimmicks, no we doing our thing. What's your state of mind, state of mind? Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit, what's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on, this the time. Guarantee we move, you know how we respond. The state design, when we feel it. Moving down, what's the healing? No gimmicks is the feeling.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN, and boy, do we have a lot to cover today. It's been an absolutely loaded week for North Texas Independent Pro Wrestling. We're here to talk about it. We're off the heels of a great VIP wrestling event from last night, Built Different, where we have a new Big Texas wrestling champion. Shout out to Norman Smiley and him getting the job done last night, man. I'm sorry, Dante Smiley. I keep wanting to say Norman. My bad. Dante Smiley. Shout out to you. Congrats on the win. Very good event from last night, but we have that. We have DragonSlayer Pro Wrestling, who did their legacy event where we had history being made there. We had MPX's The Purge happening where we had history being made there. So much history making stuff that we had going on. So we're here to talk about it, man. So joining me today, as always, my co-hosts. We're going to keep it civil today because I was wilding out at The Purge. I'm gonna keep it civil. I was wilding out at DragonSlayer too. I'm gonna keep it civil today. JJ Jefferson, what's up, bro? Welcome back, man. How you doing?
Well, first and foremost, I don't know about keeping things civil. I'm still recovering from getting attacked and bitten by zombies. So to all the
this is true.
To all the MPX addicts out there that sent me messages checking if I'm okay. Yes, I'm fine. I reached out to Barnabas the Bazaar, the manager, the overseer of the outbreak in time, got the cure delivered. So I'm good. We're okay. I'm all right. Never again. Yeah, man.
Hold on. Because I said I was going to keep it civil. I lied. We got to talk about this right off the bat.
Let's get into it.
So, The Purge. We had history being made for No Gimmicks. This was our first behind the scenes activity that we had. Shout out to you, JJ, for being able to be the backstage interviewer. Shout out to Metroplex Wrestling for allowing him that opportunity. But I gotta ask you, man. I know it was nerves, but I need to hear from you. What were you thinking? You asked a zombie for their thoughts. So what are you thinking? Zombies don't have thoughts, bro. They just do. So what was the idea behind that?
You know what? Before we get into that answer, let's go back again. Shout out to Metroplex Wrestling. Thank you to Metroplex Wrestling for the opportunity. Like you said, no gimmicks. It was an honor to be backstage, be the backstage correspondent for the show. I guess I can say shout out to Kennedy for not showing up to work that day because literally I got the call from Richard Hill and Cody Cox. Hey, man, we're down a correspondent. You want the opportunity? Of course, I said yes, because who doesn't, right?
Right.
So being able to be backstage, behind the scenes, interview, everybody on a night like The Purge where so much was happening.
Yeah.
I got to talk to Demo Diamond. I got to talk to the MPX Tag Team Champions. But then, all of a sudden, these zombies come in. And as y'all saw it, they cornered me. I had one on both sides. I couldn't go anywhere, right? And Cody was just like asking their thoughts. Get their thoughts. And I'm like, But why me? Like, why me? Why do I have to be the
Cody
one?
set you up, bro.
Yeah, it was a
Cody
trap.
set you up.
It was a trap. I fell for it. I fell for the trap. They got me in the first half, but I'm fine. Like I said, it was cool. If it wasn't me backstage and I saw them, I would have ran the other way. Totally would have tripped somebody along the way and let them be the sacrifice. But hey, you're welcome, Kelvin. I took one for the team. You were out of harm's way. You were out of dodge. You were fine. I'm the one that's, going through it, but it's fine. Everything is fine.
Hey, you got the call. You answered the call. Much respect for the bravery. I was just like, when I saw that you asked them for their thoughts, I'm like, bro, the melanin is not kicking in right now. It's definitely not kicking in because I'd have been out. When they came out to wrestle, I was like, nope.
Yeah, and you were 5 rows away, and I watched you run, and they were on the other side of the gym. But hey, that's neither here nor there.
We take 0 chances. 0 chances. Listen, when I'm the person that if you see me run, then run. And
Facts.
People followed suit.
Facts.
So,
and you know what? Because of social media, I have seen some clips following the purge. Apparently, people are talking about Abaddon reeling in the outbreak post-show.
That is absolutely terrifying.
Trust me, I nowhere near 150 feet away from that. Y'all will not see me near them at all. Absolutely not.
First of all, shout out to the chat. Welcome everybody. Get your thoughts in as you hear us talk about these shows. Shout out to Wayne. Shout out to Dirty from Texas. Morning, guys. Yeah, man, let your thoughts be out. Let's talk about the Purge, man. History breaking night. And I gotta start here because it's one of the things on the pre-show, on the lead up to the Purge that we talked about. We all wanted to see it. We got it. That is, Vert Vixen is your new MPX Women's Champion. And listen, on No Gimmicks, we know ball, okay? I'm gonna just start popping. I'm gonna start popping our stuff, man. We know ball. When we say it's time, we know it's time. It's been overdue. And Vert Vixen being the MPX Women's Champion just fits. It just fits. And she's someone that I think is going to be MPX champion for a very long time because Vert Vixen is just that good. And to see her finally get to the top of the mountain in MPX, kudos. Job well done. Thoughts?
Yeah, man, I totally agree. Wholeheartedly agree. Shout out to Vert Vixen. I said it on the D1 Ignite University podcast earlier this week with the homies, Captain Scully, who was down at the Purge with us and joined us for the pre-show. We talked about this, and I said it on that show, and I'll say it here. Vert Vixen is no longer in second place. She is where she belongs. She got what she deserved. So kudos to her. Congratulations to her. And what better way to end the night than with that moment? I honestly thought the main event was going to be Sky and Malico versus the Outbreak, but I'm not mad at all that the women got the main event. That was a hell of a match. Yep. Wonderful way to end the night. And then during the show, we got the announcement about Who Runs the World 4 in just a couple of months, September 18th. Make sure y'all save that date. And now think about it. MPX Women's Championship matches we could see. Vert Vixen versus Charity King. Vert Vixen versus...
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I'm just saying, like, we know Who Runs the World 4 is going to be big. And we've already seen names. Who's stopping MPX right now, right?
That's a great point. Also, I do want to point out, I won't say Charity King, and there's a reason I won't say Charity King. And that's because over the weekend she dropped the bombshell. Mm-hmm. If there's any possibility that we could be getting the King Bees back together, forego everything. Sign me up for that. Put that front center on my plate. Absolutely. If we are getting Danny B and Charity King as a tag team back together, I can think of no other opponent. I can think of no other first welcome back than the team of Fire and Fury, Nova Phoenix, and Morgan Mercy. I can think of no other match. Because when she dropped that news, I was like, listen, for people who know Mission Pro Wrestling and the terror that the King Bees brought to South Texas, listen, sign me up for that matchup expeditiously. Please. Please make it happen.
I will echo your sentiment. And then to piggyback on that, for those of you that are familiar with New Texas Pro, and if you've seen the work that the King Bees did during their time as a team at New Texas, and if y'all didn't know, New Texas and Metroplex Wrestling have a really good working relationship too. MPX has been featured in some of the New Texas Pros Texas Indie Showcases, which that is coming up for New Texas here in a few weeks.
Shout out to New Texas. I love that. I love the concept.
I'm just saying. I mean, the King Bees reunited, who runs the World 4, sign me up. I just thought of one.
Spit it out.
It's a wild card here. I don't know who's listening. Palmer, Athena, Richard, anybody. If it happens,
hold on. I'm gonna tag them. Hold on.
You're good. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Let me tag them real quick.
Make this one go viral. This is the one we want viral, right?
Yep. All right. Okay, go.
All right, here we go. Who runs the World 4? September 18th. Sign me up. MPX Women's Champion Vert Vixen versus MPX American Joshi Champion Anar Kid Ash.
Oh, I don't want to see that. I'm gonna be quite honest.
I'm not saying it has to be title versus. I'm just saying I want to see it because
you want to see it happen.
I just want to see it happen.
I think Vert Vixen is in a spot right now to where if it's getting a leg back, if she feels like she needs the leg back, then yes. But I'm at a position to where I think that made her stronger. And the only way you prove that is by being the champion. She is the champion of champions right now. And I say shoot for the moon. Why not? Test your mettle. Prove you're the best out there. The only way you prove you're the best out there is putting that title on the line against the very best out there. Shoot for the moon. Throw me a little toxic spider. Throw me something.
Okay. I'm not mad at it.
And speaking of American Joshi, I put this in the atmosphere a couple months ago, but I'll put it back in the atmosphere too. If we're doing American Joshi Championship, I know someone that went to Japan quite recently, came back from Japan, back in action. And we have an American Joshi Championship. I would love to see, hear me out. I would love to see Anarchy Dash versus the one and only Queen Aminata. I would love to see that matchup.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not mad at that either. I respect both of those. And all I can say is we're a couple months away. Today is July 18th. The show is September 18th. So who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of months? Just saying.
Who knows?
But one thing I do know, because, this is the show where we know ball, but we also eat a lot of crow. Allow me to go ahead and take my moment to eat my crow from the Purge. You go ahead and you stop right there. I'm
gonna relish this.
Fine. Yes, it's fine. I blame it on the zombie bite. I think it just got in my brain or whatever. Tom A, I was wrong. The aura was indeed too strong at the Purge. and you were able to overcome the rugged Gay Wilder. And sign me up for what's next. We saw a little snippet of it. We saw him call out the MPX Addicts champion, Red Chambers. Red Chambers gracefully came out there, and they started brawling. So we already know what's next. Tom A has his eyes set on the Addicts title. He wants to be a representation for the MPX Addicts in every way, shape, form, and fashion. But he has to go through that dog, Red Chambers. And I believe when this match happens, not a if, but when this match happens, it's going to feed families. It is going to be a match of the year contender. And I'm here for it. Now, I don't know which way I'm leaning because we've also been on this show. It's very hard to doubt Red and go against Red. But damn, Tom A has that dog in him too. Like, I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth.
Yes, say them. Say them again. Make him happy.
Absolutely not, because I don't need him popping into the chat with his aura. You're welcome for my present. No. We're fine.
You're welcome for his grit and determination. I keep telling you guys.
Here we go. Soapbox moment.
You don't go. There's people you don't go against. Now, I am now in the corner. I am now in the corner. Thank you, MPX, for putting me in that corner.
I told you what would happen.
Because I don't know who to go for in this match. Because I don't go against either guy, even though I did go against Red when it came to Luke Cameron. And I ate my crow for that. I got more crow to eat too, by the way. But I'm now in the corner because if these two guys do face off, I don't know who gets that. And that makes me excited. I don't know who wins that matchup because they both do have the dog in them. It's going to be a scrappy fight. I know the audience isn't going to be with Tom A, but he doesn't need them to be. And that's the thing with him. He has enough self-preservation about himself. Like he could put himself in situations like that and still come out on top. That's really why I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of Red for the same reason. Like when it comes down to it, scrappy, grit, determination, both guys have that. So it's really hard to go against that when I see it. Also, I have some crow to eat him myself. I went against Dylan Cavins, but he did say something in the pre-show that really struck me, and he said everything I needed to hear from him. Did he have that switch? And he said very clearly, you'll just have to find out. And that was a warning to me, not only to me, but to Kari Jai Wright, because we know that he flipped that switch, right? What we didn't understand is if Dylan could flip that switch, and he absolutely did. And he walked out of there. Granted, he came on the pre-show and he stood on business. He said, by the end of the night, I will be walking out as an MPX champion. He walked the walk, talked the talk. I got to eat that crow, man. Congrats to Dylan Cavins.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on that, but I will say before I get into what I want to say about that match, Dylan Cavins, we know this, one hell of a guy, one hell of a champion, one hell of a representation for Metroplex Wrestling. Yep. So absolute kudos to him for everything that he has going, that he is doing, that he's going to do. He's been on record saying that he will be named. He is who shall be named, and you won't forget his name, and nobody ever will, ever, in the history of ever.
Yep.
However, if y'all paid attention, and Kelvin, you pointed this out several times about Kari Jai Wright, the guy that we used to know as animated. If you watch The Purge, from the moment his music hit, calm, cool, collected, no emotion. Even after the match,
you saw that too.
Coming up short, he was still calm, cool, collected, but he never took his eyes off Cavins or that title, but he never showed his anger or his emotions, which tells me there's still some unfinished business there. And if I'm Dylan Cavins, I need to keep my head on a swivel because it's only a matter of time until Kari is back in the hunt. And that's a dangerous man, especially with this new silent variable persona where you don't know what you're going to get. Because at the Purge, Kari broke out moves that we've never seen from him before.
Yeah.
And that's
Bro,
dangerous.
that thing he did off the top rope.
The flapjack from the top.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Yeah. Like Kari is digging into a bag and breaking out new moves. And again, he never took his eyes off that prize, but he didn't let the pressure get to him either. The addicts were against him. He never folded. He lost the title match, but he never folded.
That's true. This is very true.
That's danger. And the reason I bring that up is because we talked about this during the show. There is one man who is very similar and very eerie and very cunning in the same way. And that is one shady JD Griffey. There's some similarities there. If you're not paying attention, you're going to miss something. That's all I'm saying. Because
there's a mutual respect there too.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes back about a year where they face each other and the mutual respect was there. JD recognized it then. I'm pretty sure he won't tell you this because he never reveals his hand. But I'm pretty sure he recognized it then. And since then, since Destiny, JD Griffey has been extremely quiet. Extremely quiet. He broke his silence briefly. Said something and then was back radio silent. But the fact that he is radio silent, especially with this activity going on, it should be cause to worry, especially if you're an MPX addict. Because the last time he was quiet, he came back with a group of people set to do something very dangerous to MPX. It could be the same situation. We could be seeing that same situation play out right now. The fact that he is quiet, he's just letting everything play out. Hey, take my word or don't take my word. When people that strategic are quiet, something devious is about to happen. Think Kendrick Lamar.
That's a bar. That's a bar. We deliver bars on this show, and we go ball on this show. And speaking of bars, because apparently it's been making waves on social, so let's talk about it because we're on the Purge. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were not familiar with the World Breaker, if you were not familiar,
my God, yes, I'm so glad you.
if you're not familiar with the one individual known as Brick
Savage,
Brick Savage, that is not someone that you want to play with. If you didn't know, and if you were unfamiliar with their game, Brick has been on record to let everybody know the world needs purpose, and however that purpose is going to come about, Brick is going to make sure it happens, whether it's with the knife, whether it's using the blood of his enemies to taint, tarnish, decorate, whatever word you want to use, championship belts,
fans,
collecting bodies, knocking people out, however you see fit. Brick is not someone you want to play with. That's all I can say. And it was
that is the absolute worst person to be a keyboard warrior against. Come on.
I'm just saying, it was on a night. It was the Purge. We had been through this. Everything goes. There's no rules. Even during the, before the show kicked off, there was a whole announcement. Everything has been sanctioned by Metroplex Wrestling, blah, 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 blah. At the sound of the siren, the Purge commences. The siren commenced. We were at the Purge. The siren never went off again to say that it was over. So all that Brick did was fair game. Just saying.
Hey,
just saying.
No argument from me. No argument from me. It's called the Purge, people.
I'm just saying. And if you're unfamiliar, I mean, Brick even commented on what's going around and what's trending. Brick ate a heart at another promotion in the middle of the ring. Like, I don't know what else to tell you about Brick Savage. It's not somebody you want to play with.
Do you not understand the levels they're willing to go to? Like, seriously. And if you don't, if you see Brick Savage, what would you think they're capable of? Absolutely anything they want. They can fly, for God's sake. They can fly.
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 Lucha Brick is actually a thing. Like fly, full on high maneuvers, swantons, crossbodies, out of the ring. Brick can fly. Just saying.
Did they need the knife? No.
No.
but it was an emphasis. That is a force multiplier that you absolutely don't want to deal with on a night like the Purge. You're glad someone talked them off the edge.
Kudos to Cedric, by the way.
Kudos.
That was bold. Kudos.
That
to
was
said
exactly, because I'm like, oh Lord, neither one of them like hands put on them, so this will be interesting. Have the ambulance on standby. But
interesting. Yes.
Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about that.
I told you I'm the one. I stir the pot on this show. But speaking of stir the pot, because we're going to talk about the Purge one final time, and then we can move on to DragonSlayer. I do want to give a super kudos and a special shout out to all 4 men in that Texas Tornado tag team match for the MPX tag team title.
Stole the show to me.
They stole the show. It
Stole
was
the
match
show.
of the night. I know a lot of the addicts were talking about it. Captain Scully, who was a first-time addict, he's still talking about it. But Taylor Manning, Exodus Prime, Adam Green, Langley, banger. That match delivered. It was phenomenal. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I'm running out of words for it, but
I think that was the
show.
best MPX match this year.
Agreed.
For me, it was. And for me, it was, I knew going into the match there was a lot of unknown variables to this match, because you had the team that is still figuring out their chemistry and a brand new tag team. What that created in that environment was something very, very special, man. It was very special. Just the fact that Exodus at the beginning was like, this is a tornado tag, and then like they're trying to figure out their chemistry during the match. Then you have Langley and Adam Green. Honestly, I would love to see them tag more, because in a tornado tag they were awesome. And I know if they have more chemistry together, very much could be looking at 2 tag team champions in the future. But I thought for what that match was, they definitely stole the show for me. And it was like, out of all the matches on that card, it solidified the fact that any match on that card could have been a main event. Solidified it, because you had nothing but main event matches on that card. And for that match, for me, I was like, bro, they're still in the middle of the match. I'm like, they're still in this show right now. They are absolutely, they're setting the bar. And kudos to all 4 men, because they blew me away that match. Kudos to everyone.
Absolutely true. They indeed tore the house down. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to Metroplex Wrestling on all social media. The replay should be coming up soon. I know Facebook, they were live, so you just got to dig a little bit, but it should still be there for the Purge to go watch it back. Twitch, I believe, is going to be uploaded here in the next week or 2, so stay tuned to that, because you want to go back. Check out the action from the Purge. It's going to help carry you over while we're on another hiatus for MPX, as we're figuring out when the next show is, the next MPX event center. Big things are on the way for Metroplex Wrestling, so make sure you stay tuned. Shout out to Demo Diamond.
I was just about to get to that. I was
about to throw that in there too. It's like he knows.
Yes.
It's like he knows.
he has a sixth sense.
Man, he does. It's crazy. But I was going to end the note with MPX about Demo, because, again, one of the guys that we talked about, enjoy him while you have him, the love, the everything. You saw that from Demo Diamond at the Purge. I mean, hearing Fort Worth, that Southwest Community Center, erupt the way that it did, I thought Cavens was going to have the pop of the night. It ended up being Demo. Like, Demo's music, when it hit, the place went nuts. Kids were running up to the rampway to get a high five with him. You saw people, jamming along with them, vibing with them. And then just the energy that Demo brings to the ring. It
had
is
on Brick Savage's jacket.
Yeah, like Brick endorsed Demo. Like there was so much going on, and Demo delivered phenomenal match, hard hitting match. By the way, that whole match, those shots, the chops, the forearms, it echoed throughout the building between him and Brian Keith. That was a banger of a match. The
Yes.
respect that both men paid off to each other following the match, just phenomenal.
Yeah. And I said this pre-show. I thought this would have been a match to where Demo leveled up. He absolutely did. Absolutely leveled up. And for him to do that in his hometown against someone he's wanted that match with for a very long time. I know what that meant to him, but it just, again, you said it. Enjoy him while you have him, because I think Demo's his time on the Indies is limited now. So enjoy Demo while you have him. It was a proud moment for me, man. Just watching it, knowing how far he's come, and just to see him accomplish that. It was awesome, man. Awesome.
Absolutely. And Demo, if you're still in the chat, don't worry. I didn't forget about you. I know I owe you for a shirt. Scully also owes you for a shirt. It's on the way, bud. We got you.
Pay the man, please.
We are. I told you, we support the homies out here, man. But speaking of supporting the homies, we talked about it with DragonSlayer. Shout out to you, Kelvin, because you got the interview with her before she made her story history. Shout out to the mark maker, Misty Marks.
Yeah.
She is your first ever DragonSlayer Pro champion. She is your first ever DragonSlayer Pro women's champion. Shout out to Misty Marks for winning that title at Legacy. The event was phenomenal. Shout out to DragonSlayer Pro. Me and Kelvin talked about it, and I'm so glad that I could be there live to witness it. If you have not been to the Ridgely Theater for a DragonSlayer Pro Wrestling show, I encourage you to do so. The next one is October 15th. You want to get out there. It is called Nightfall. It is a beautiful time. Seeing it on YouTube versus seeing it in person, and just the theater feel, the vibe, how it encapsulates wrestling, it's phenomenal. The atmosphere is insane. But Legacy, man, let's jump into Legacy. What are your thoughts on DragonSlayer and Legacy from this past week?
So for me, it was walking in and seeing the setup and then seeing the crowd. That's what immediately stood out to me. And it's a huge theater, and it looked like it was packed out. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it was a packed house in there. And that speaks to the volumes of what DragonSlayer is doing right now. And just everything, every match could have been, like we talked about the Purge, every match could have been a main event match. Legacy is no different. Every match on that card could have been a main event match. They have some stories on there. It was hard for me to find a match that was like the match of the night for me, because every match was that good. There were some people that I know that I hadn't seen in a while, like Richard Holiday. Hadn't seen him perform in a while. I was really excited. For me, that one and Jasmine Howe versus La Leona was two matches for me that when I see people like this that I follow, and the Texas crowd isn't so aware of them, it's always fun to see them gravitate towards that particular person. Like Richard Holiday, when he came out, people know who he is because he's viral, right? But they still don't know like him personally in the ring. So like seeing that and him going like Google me like mid-match, it's like they're like gravitating towards him, and just like see that slow change during a match was phenomenal to see. And that's why I love stuff like that. Like when Texas guys go out, like for me, Vegas was awesome because I knew a bunch of the Texas people and I knew a lot of the Vegas people didn't. So to see them gravitate towards the Texas guys and girls, that was awesome. And it's always awesome to see people get familiarized with people that you're up on. It's like, see, I've been telling y'all about this person. Like, they're good. And just having something like that, I give Don all the kudos because he does go out and he looks for these types of people to bring them in. And that's what makes DragonSlayer unique to me, is the fact that you had this mix of great Texas talent and great independent talent outside the state coming in, and just people falling in love with them. And just that made the event for me. Just, I had a great time at that show, a really great time.
Yeah, man. DragonSlayer Legacy, it was a phenomenal time, man. I will echo everything that you said. And one thing I do want to highlight that we talked about while we were there, you brought it up with Misty Marks during your interview with her. I would love to see her branch into Metroplex Wrestling here in the very near future, whether it is Who Runs the World 4, whether it's something in the future. I just feel that what she brings to the table, her dynamic, her energy, what she can do in the ring, I feel like she's going to be a really good fit in MPX, and the addicts would enjoy that. And seeing her for the first time in person, that was an experience. Like, her and Fiona McPherson, they had an intense match. That was probably the hardest hitting match of the night. And that's saying a lot, considering the fact the main event for Legacy featured Sam Adonis versus Dante Casanova. And that was almost like a street fight. Anything could go. There were no countouts, no DQ. Somebody had to win. Nobi Bryant was a special guest referee for that main event. But for the ladies to deliver the way that they did, that was absolutely phenomenal to see. And then, like you touched on, the crowd. Pre-show, leading up to it, you know, the ring announcers, the commentary team, they were saying, hey, what energy y'all give to us, we're going to give it back. What energy you give to the talent is going to give it back. And every match of the night, you saw the crowd interactions with the talent. Richard Holiday, Sam Adonis, La Leona, whoever was out there, if they were going back and forth, it's like they upped their game mid-match, close to the finish. And it was just incredible to see, man. Like, it was an experience. Absolute
it was
experience from start to finish. Kudos to Dawn. Kudos to DragonSlayer Pro. They are definitely onto something big. And we touched on it, right? Fort Worth is becoming a new hotbed for Texas wrestling in a sense. And it's really beautiful to see not just this DFW area thriving. It is so good to see Texas as a whole thriving.
Yeah, most definitely. And, you know, stuff like Baracho Pro. There's a new Waterloo just launched. And you see the hype behind Waterloo and, you know, New Texas, VIP. These shows are getting packed out, and it's really awesome. And at a time to where the wrestling industry needs something like that, right? They need that. And then you have this thing like My AEW coming along and putting more independence on the map by putting them on My AEW, right? That's something that may pay dividends for the independents. And you're just seeing this gravitation towards it. But I think on a whole right now, Texas independent wrestling is on such a high, man. It's on such a high to where you're getting all this interest, even from outside of the state, to wanting to come in, and people wanting to prove themselves here. And that speaks volumes to the scene. I think if you look at even at the big shows, right? Because Raw was in Dallas last week. They say that was one of the better Raws. I think the crowds in Texas are really making the wrestling as well, because anywhere I've gone, there's been great wrestling, but the crowds have always been hot. And I think that is a major, major contributor to why we're having such good shows and why everybody's stepping up their game, is because the crowds are so great, man. And like the DragonSlayer show, it's on a Thursday. It's on a Thursday night to where you could be doing anything to get ready for the next day to work. But there's a packed house inside Ridgely Theater enjoying what they see. And as long as you have that, it's always a good time. It's always going to be a good time.
Absolutely, man. And you touched on it, right? Like it really just depends. And it's almost like clockwork, right? In my brain, I was about to say it. And joining us in the chat, Mr. Haas Holding, shout out to you, sir. Good morning. General manager for Wrestle World Texas, which is exactly where I was going because of what Kelvin said. DragonSlayer Pro is on a Thursday night, but it was a packed house at the Ridgely Theater. For those of you that are unfamiliar, the brand new kids on the block, in a sense, Wrestle World Texas, fairly new promotion, been running a couple of months now out in Carrollton. They run on a Friday night, and their crowds are just growing and growing and growing, and the action is delivering week after week after week, and it's so beautiful to see. And like you said, people could be doing anything else on a Thursday night, on a Friday night, but to see the fan support at these local indie shows, it's incredible to see. You are getting quality wrestling from a lot of great talent in Texas. You have people that are coming in out of the state that are delivering. You're seeing debuts. You're seeing veterans. You're seeing what we consider to be the Texas pillars, some of the best in the state, like Barrett Brown, Izzy James, Bam Bam Malone. I mean, there's so many names that we can just rattle off. And these are guys that if you send them to Vegas, New York, Ohio, wherever, they're going to go and they're going to draw in a new crowd because they are that damn good. So it's beautiful to see. We talked about some of the other promotions that are here, and we say it on every show. If you've never been, you definitely want to do yourself a favor. Go support your local indie scene. It is a wonderful time to be had. You don't know what it means to the guys and girls in the back. It is an experience like no other. Even if you're not a fan of wrestling and you just want to see something new and experience something, your local indie promotion has that. You talked about Baracho Pro. I will be down there in a couple of weeks for happy hour. Cannot wait to see that. That is going to deliver and be a banger.
That's on the 26th, right?
On the 26th, yes, sir. So that's going to be a fun time. Shout out to Nacho Bros because they are cooking up something in collaboration with Baracho Pro and the Waterloo that's going on. Sunday Fun Day is happening. No gimmicks. We will be there to experience that in September. Cannot wait to see that as well. And then we have Hot Pro Wrestling returning. The Mega Brawl is in a couple of weeks, and we've got a lineup for that. I can't wait to get back to Waco for Hot Pro Wrestling. It's a time to be alive, man.
It is. It is. Programming note. We will be having some interviews coming from Hot Pro Wrestling.
Stay tuned
about that. So stay tuned to the show. Yeah, we got a lot coming down the pipeline, guys. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah, man, it's fun. It's exciting. It's an experience. Cannot wait for those. And from what I've heard about VIP Built Different, I wish I could have been there for that show. From what I've seen, though, from what I've heard, it sounds like they delivered again. Shout out to the choice, Matt Andrews, our guy, right? I really like what he's doing too. And I just want to give him a little prop and shine here because his idea to put a spotlight, not just on the indies, but on the North Texas scene, whether it's putting a spotlight on what promotions are running, what day they're running, the breaking news spotlights that he's doing, his favorite entrance moments, like what he likes to ring announce. The dude is a genius. Love to hear him deliver and call matches. And it just, again, it's that gravitational piece of this helps draw you in. Matt Andrews helps draw you in. So kudos to you, Matt Andrews. I just had to throw that one out there before we get off the air.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Love what he's doing. The breaking news is a good idea too. So stay tuned, man. It's a lot going on and you want to be there. And hopefully we get some. Haas, you have the doors open, sir. Come on in. Come on over. We'd love to talk to you. So
of course.
Come on over. Yeah, but a lot coming down the pipeline. Any last words you got, sir?
Man, I can't echo it enough. If you haven't, make sure you're following the No Gimmicks podcast, wherever you get your podcast. Follow us, YouTube, Facebook, X. His mom named him Twitter, so I'm going to call it Twitter. But just make sure you're following the No Gimmicks podcast. We've got a lot of things in the pipeline. Hot Pro Wrestling, we've got coverage on that coming soon. Of course, we're going to stay dialed in with MPX, Ephesians Pro Wrestling, EPW. There's some things happening out there that we've got to get some coverage on.
A hero could be making a return.
A hero could very well be making his return, and I am here for it. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen with that. Wrestle World Texas. As soon as my schedule clears up on a Friday night, Haas, I will be there. Sir, you have my word. I've been keeping eyes on that, and I want to get out there for the experience. I just got to free up my Friday nights, work summer season. So I'm on a tight budget, but
same.
I will be there soon.
Same. Programming note. We have a lot coming down the pipeline. I do want to give them a plug real quick because we will have them on to talk about their stuff. And that is Top Rope Soap. Yes. We will have them on the show and we will be talking about it, but go to topropesoap.com. They have some great flavors. I'm going to be trying these out. I have 5. I got the 5-pack. So there's a lot of good stuff. They smell amazing. They last a long time. So go to Top Rope Soap. We'll have them on the show pretty soon to talk about their brand. And please give them a follow. Top Rope Soap on IG. Get to know their brand, man. Follow them on Facebook. Look up Top Rope Soap. And just look into their stuff, man, especially if you're a wrestling fan. If you're a wrestling fan, it's definitely for you. They have some great names of their soaps. So go check them out and tune in to the show soon because we will have them on. But that's all I got, my guy.
Absolutely, man. I was looking at that before we got on the air. I think I saw my order for Heel Turn, I believe is the name of it. So I got my eyes on a couple as well. Cannot wait to have them on the show and chat with them. But thank you to everybody that joined us in the chat. It's always a pleasure to interact with y'all as well. And other than that, I don't have anything else. So my guy, I'll let you close it out.
All right, man. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of No Gimmicks. You know what it is. Until next time, be safe. Take care of each other. Enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Peace.
And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's all business, all business, all business. We give them no gimmicks.